Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach, and I have lost and maintained a 140-pound weight loss. Today we're talking about intermittent fasting and if it works for weight loss. So I'm going to share with you some facts about intermittent fasting, let you know my opinion on it, as well as if it actually will benefit your weight loss. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to check out the description box down below where you will find nutrition coaching. I do offer personalized to you macros and calories. This is how I myself have lost that 140 pounds and been able to maintain it, as well as one-on-one coaching. If you would like to chat with me directly, need accountability, or have nutrition and weight loss questions. Links and discounts to my favorite healthy things are also down in that description box. So let's talk all about intermittent fasting for weight loss. So intermittent fasting is pretty popular for those out there looking to shed a little bit of weight. Unlike most diets, intermittent fasting isn't a diet. It's kind of the sister, the brother, the cousin of whatever eating plan or diet you're following. Basically what intermittent fasting is you have a set number of hours or a set eating window every day. Outside of that eating window, you are fasting, which means you're not consuming anything other than 0-calorie beverages like water. There are certain things that are said to be allowed during fasting stage and things that are not allowed during the fasting stage, but essentially you're not consuming any calories or any food while you're fasting. And then you are able to eat what you need to eat within your window. Now, some people do a 12, 16, 18-hour fast, depending on personal preference. Now, I want to start this video out by saying that I have never done intermittent fasting. I would never do intermittent fasting. I have my own beliefs in intermittent fasting, as well as how it wouldn't be beneficial for me in my weight loss or maintenance stage. But I definitely want to share with you whether or not it's meant to be used for weight loss. So first of all, what exactly is intermittent fasting? What is the definition of intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting involves cycling between periods of eating and fasting. Most types of this dietary pattern focus on limiting your meals and snacks to a specific window, typically between 6 and 8 hours a day. For example, 16-8 intermittent fasting involves restricting food intake to just 8 hours per day and abstaining from eating during the remaining 16 hours. Other types involve fasting for 24 hours, twice per week, or significantly cutting calorie intake a few days per week, but eating normally during the others. So again, it's personal preference on the type of fasting that you want to do. Now, I firmly believe that when we're sleeping, our body fasts naturally. We're not consuming anything while sleeping, and that's all that I've ever done throughout my entire weight loss journey is no fasting other than when I'm sleeping, and then get up in the morning and eat my breakfast, because if you didn't know, breakfast stands for break fast. So it's what you should be doing after fasting for a substantial period of time, whether that's intermittent fasting or sleeping. So does intermittent fasting work for weight loss? Now, I'm going to share with you my opinion first, and then we'll talk about a little bit more scientific-based information regarding IF, or intermittent fasting. Now, for me, intermittent fasting is not a way to lose weight. Like I said, it's the sister, the brother, the cousin to whatever plan or diet you're following for your weight loss goals. My main issue with intermittent fasting is it doesn't give you the opportunity to listen to your body. If you're only allowed to eat between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. What happens if you're hungry before 8 a.m. or hungry after 4 p.m.? Then you just go to bed hungry or just starve in the morning until your window of eating opens. For me, that's not listening to your body. It's not establishing a healthy relationship with food, because we should be eating when our body tells us we're hungry, not within a specific window. And speaking of windows, in my opinion, you can still overeat in 8 hours just like you can in 12 or 14. It's really about calories in, calories out for weight loss, not necessarily IF. Other studies show that by restricting the amount of food that you're eating to a specific window, you actually consume less calories. Now, I don't know that this is necessarily the case for everybody. Now, some people, yes, absolutely, but I don't think everybody. Like I said, you can still overeat in 8 hours versus an entire day of allowing yourself to eat based on your body's signals and based on your hunger. The other big drive to IF is helping with blood sugar and insulin levels. Decreased levels of these actually pump up weight loss. That is actually a scientifically proven fact. that. And they say that by intermittent fasting, you level out your insulin and your blood sugar, which promotes weight loss. We all know, though, that the only way truly to lose weight is to be in a calorie deficit, whether that's in a 15-hour eating window or an 8-hour eating window. And the other thing that is touted about IF is that it actually helps you maintain muscle mass when you are fasting for a substantial period of time. Now, I am very into lean muscle. I have quite a bit of lean muscle on my body. I work really hard for the lean muscle that I do have. And for me, I find, again, that fasting while sleeping is enough for my body. And I've been able to maintain my lean muscle no problem. So as you can see, there are a lot of different opinions about IF out there. There's a lot of different scientific-based opinions or facts about IF as well. I find that a lot of people pair intermittent fasting with the ketogenic diet. This is where I see intermittent fasting really come to light. Now, this again is something I wouldn't do. I don't believe in diet or diet culture, but we seem to find that keto and intermittent fasting go a little bit more hand in hand. But again, IF is that sister, that brother, that cousin to keto. There are some other health benefits that they say intermittent fasting helps with. Number one is it improves your heart health. Intermittent fasting has been shown to decrease levels of total LDL bad cholesterol as well as triglycerides, all of which are factors for heart disease. Support blood sugar control. A small study in 10 people with type 2 diabetes noted that intermittent fasting helped significantly decrease blood sugar levels. It can decrease inflammation. Several studies have found that this eating pattern may reduce specific blood markers of inflammation. Increase longevity. Although research in humans is lacking, some animal studies suggest that intermittent fasting may boost your lifespan and slow signs of aging. It can also protect your brain function. Studies in mice reveal that this dietary pattern may improve brain function and combat conditions like Alzheimer's disease. And lastly, increase human growth hormone. Intermittent fasting may naturally increase levels of HGH, the human growth hormone, which can help improve body composition and metabolism. So those are some of the main benefits that research has shown for intermittent fasting. Now, we talked about a lot of these benefits, and you can get a lot of these benefits not fasting as well by just choosing the right foods and making sure that you're eating throughout the day and that you're, again, choosing those foods that help level out your insulin and your blood sugar. So what are the potential downsides of intermittent fasting? Children or individuals with chronic diseases, women who are pregnant or breastfeeding should definitely consult a healthcare professional before embarking on intermittent fasting. In fact, my opinion is before you do any type of diet or fasting, especially, you should consult your doctor. Now, I think that there's a time and place for intermittent fasting if it is beneficial for your health and it is something that you and your healthcare professional discuss and believe that it would benefit you. But I think for the average individual, intermittent fasting isn't necessary. Also, people who are very active or athletes, intermittent fasting has some major downsides. Those people need to eat pretty regularly, every 2 to 3 hours, to be satisfied, full, have the endurance and energy to be athletes or to do physical activity, as well as keeping their metabolism going because they are so active. And this also goes hand in hand with bodybuilders or fitness enthusiasts as well, or people who have a lot of lean muscle. Muscle burns calories at rest. So you need to make sure that you're fueling your body throughout the day. For me, I eat about every 2 hours. So intermittent fasting, again, just isn't something that works for me. And lastly, and maybe even more important, if you are a female still having your menstrual cycle, it is highly advised not to do intermittent fasting because it can actually negatively affect your hormones, your insulin levels, and your menstrual cycle. So again, before embarking on IF, have a conversation with your doctor. I've given you my opinion about intermittent fasting, but let's talk about the bottom line of today's video. There's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place for intermittent fasting. It works for some people, it doesn't work for others. Again, for me, it's not something I would embark on only because it's not teaching me to listen to my body when intuitive eating is the goal. Overall, intermittent fasting just contradicts that. So it's not something that I would personally do. And I highly discourage you, if you still have your cycle, to do intermittent fasting. There is many studies out there showing that it is a detriment to women who still have their cycle. I guess really the bottom line is you decide what works best for you. We're all different. Every body is different. But if you do decide to try out or embark on IF, please, again, have a conversation with your doctor to make it sure it's the best decision for you and most importantly, the healthiest decision for you. So now I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on intermittent fasting? Do you do it? Have you tried it? What's been your experience? Please let us know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on, because again, I upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to check out that description box down below for nutrition coaching, as well as links and discounts to my favorite things. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this sheds a little bit of light on IF, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.